Yeah.
I do feel better after that coffee, actually.
Yeah, you were.
I do feel better after that coffee.
Your glasses are steamed up and everything. No.
Oh, God, I've
right.
actually lost the glasses thing. You know, the soft bit on my glasses. It's
Oh,
like
have you
literally
really?
piercing my nose.
First world problems.
I know. Anyway, on we go. Right then.
Episode-
Welcome.
Episode
9.
9.
Welcome back to episode 9. Oh, we're going to do a little bit of a catch up today because it's been a while because we did the last one. We did the last 2 very close together, didn't we?
Yeah.
So it's been a long time.
Yeah, we filmed them because someone was swanning off on holiday for a few weeks, so we had to kind of sneak all these episodes in at once. When was last time I was here? Was it Jan?
Early
January?
Jan.
Early Jan. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it is now when we are filming this today.
Mid-Feb.
23rd of Feb, actually.
Oh, yeah.
The end.
Basically,
It's
yeah.
the beginning, mid, end,
God only knows.
nearly March.
Yeah, I escaped the country for January and the horrible weather. When it was actually snowing really bad, I made a run for it.
How good is that, though? I used to, before I had a child, used to go to Jamaica every December. Well, I say every December. We did it for like 2 or 3 years or whatever, but it seemed like every year. And going away in December was just sick because I was a PT at the time.
Yeah, quiet.
Quiet as hell. Everyone goes away anyways. Or, well, they're not there. And then I came back here like a few days before Christmas. And it was like just like the best thing ever.
Yeah.
It was the worst thing ever getting off the plane, man.
Yeah.
What was that like coming back to the freezing cold? Was it a shock?
Yeah, it was horrible, but because it was proper snowing, wasn't it? And I had loads of clients like sending me pictures of like really deep snow, and it must have been mid-January. Dan can't remember that far back.
I actually can't remember. I'm sure I'm thinking, when had it snow this year?
Well, I got loads of pictures of snow.
Did you really? I think it hadn't snowed where I live, I think.
Yeah, it was more Manchester way, I think.
Yeah,
It always rains there, doesn't it? But yeah, so I missed all that, so I was buzzing. But yeah, I don't think I could go away before Christmas because I love like, you know, the whole Christmas build up and the markets and the lights.
Yeah.
Like, I like rinsing that. So
Yeah.
I think going away, you know, everyone's on a bit of a Christmas come down and it's miserable, and
Yeah.
I feel like I bypassed all the shitness of
Yeah,
January.
that's true, actually. January would actually be pretty
Yeah.
sick. I'd probably look at doing that myself if I didn't have a daughter that was now in school.
Yeah.
We can't take out.
Yeah.
I had thought about that, but because January is not quiet for my coaching, but it's chill.
Yeah.
People are just starting the preps, like blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. Like there's nothing crazy going on, so could probably do that in January. It'd be pretty wicked, to be fair. But no, I loved it in December, me. After I think PTing all year, I just proper look. I didn't really go in summer holiday. I kind of just looked forward to the winter one. And then I knew I was going to be getting let down left, right, and centre with work, which as a PT, you lose money, don't you? Because you're not getting paid it unless people are generous. So yeah, it was sick. And then you stroll straight off the plane, straight into the Christmas atmosphere. It's like the 20th of December or whatever, and you're like, this is class.
And you got a nice tan.
Yeah, nice tan. You got another 10 days off work still, and even though you've been off. Yeah, I was living the dream. I just taking nearly a full month off work, really.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's all right, isn't it? UK in summer, like I know it's a bit rainy and stuff, but it's like
it's all right.
It's light. It's like it doesn't rain loads, so it's all right. But I think going away in Jan, I felt proper refreshed as well when I came back. So I was like ready to go again. And I always find them pretty quiet in Jan, so I thought, right, I'm going to rinse it while I've got the chance.
Yeah, you do.
Go and have some downtime. Go and see, because I love like traveling and going places. I just really enjoy it. You know, like just seeing different places and like different food, and I just proper like it.
Yeah.
Spend some nice time with Will.
In Thailand. So he was in Thailand for 3 weeks.
Yep. In Thailand for 3 weeks. Saw some elephants, saw some monkeys.
Washing some elephants in the elephant bath.
Washed some elephants, put some mud on their skin.
So that's how they get washed?
Yeah, honestly, they love it. They were proper lying down, legs in the air. Put some mud on them, exfoliated their skin.
Exfoliated. I thought they had quite nice skin, actually.
It's so hairy, you know.
Are they really?
They've got proper hairy skin.
Yeah, I suppose nobody really shaves them. Imagine shaving an elephant.
I didn't shave them.
That'd take ages,
I just
it?
exfoliated them.
Yeah.
But yeah, washed the elephants, made the breakfast, fed them some watermelons.
Is that what they have for breakfast?
Yeah, they had like, it was all this stuff in a bowl. It was like a bit of psyllium husks and bananas. What else did they have?
Basically my diet then.
Chicken and rice.
Chicken and rice.
Yeah, a bit of everything really. And you like had to mix it all up. Well, Will mixed it up because I had my nails done. So I was like, well, you can mix that up.
Yeah.
Mix the breakfast food up and then made it into little bowls and then fed them the breakfast bowls.
Yeah.
Yeah, did a bit of training. I did train a little bit.
Yeah, what was the gyms like?
Yeah, decent. We tracked down some decent bodybuilding ones, to be honest.
Oh, did you? So there's some quite modern stuff there then.
Yeah, they had all decent kit and stuff. So
you probably think of Thailand as like shacks and like backstreet sweaty gyms that like have got 100-year-old equipment. That's how I kind of think of it from. I think that's actually from some of the old bodybuilding DVDs from back in the day when some of the pro bodybuilders used to live out there.
Yeah.
They just lived in these proper like crappy little gyms, and they're just like little Thai people following them around everywhere, like wafting them down and stuff like that.
Yeah, the first places we went to were like very mainstream, like it was like a city. But then when you go into the islands, because we did like quite a few islands, obviously you go places like that, and then it's a bit more like there wasn't a gym nearby on the last place we stayed because it was a little island. But yeah, did a bit of training, did some nice sunrise hiking. Yeah, walked up some big mountains.
Yeah, class. Took some time off work.
Took some time off, had a week off. Did some, because it was 7 hours ahead, so got the day off, chilled in the day, did some check-ins in the evening. So yeah, it's pretty nice, to be honest.
Yeah, class.
Nice little break, feeling refreshed.
You needed that break.
I did.
I remember speaking to you last time we was here before you went.
And I was like...
She's burned out. I think there's something wrong with me. You just burned out, Lee. You haven't had a week off since God knows when. I don't know. I think I might be broken. Honestly, you just burned out. Trust me. You need some time off. I'll speak to you a week or two later. Oh, I'm all right now. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
I was like, I hate bodybuilding. I'm going to move career path.
Yeah.
I don't even want to be a coach anymore. That was literally me the week before I went away.
Yeah. It shows the importance of downtime completely, doesn't it? I mean, it's hard, isn't it? Because if you've got a job, what do they get off people who've got a job like 5 weeks a year or something?
Yeah,
like
Will
that?
gets it's loads. I think he gets maybe 4 weeks off a year or something, and then you can buy extra days, you can borrow days from the year before.
Really?
Yeah, so you can end up with like loads, and you got weekends off.
Yeah. So
got bank holidays off.
Switch off every weekend, every bank holiday. Don't get me wrong, I won't go back to being employed, but
the time off's
pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we get off. Personally, I get
a week.
50.
Sometimes 2 if you can wangle it.
Yeah, you got to wangle it like either way like that. So you got to move some stuff that way, and then take the week in the middle.
Yeah.
I got 9 days. I think I got. Was it more than 9 days at Christmas? What I ended up getting off.
It was a lot at Christmas.
I think it was like 11. Yeah. I think that I got something like that on the trot. Yeah, I was absolutely buzzing, but like you're that bombed out by the time it gets round. By the time you get to day 10, you're just starting to feel better.
Just starting to get work off your head, and then you're like, right, back tomorrow.
I better start again. And then you come back and you realise, like, what was I calling it the other day? I can't remember now. Like check-in fitness. So like how many check-ins? Like you're like your check-in fitness is down. And you're like, why am I finding this so hard? I've only had 10 days off.
Yeah,
trying to read things about 5 times and that.
Taking it in.
Yeah, and then after a few weeks, you're like, I've got my check-in fitness back. I'm all right.
I was lying on the beach. Will was conked out, and I was like thinking about everything I could work related. I was like, how do people do this? How do people just lie here and not think about work? I can't do it.
Usually, if I go on holiday, I come back with bloody more ideas than I left with.
Because you're like relaxed and had time to think.
And your brain starts ticking. I'm like, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this and that, I can do that, and then blah, blah, blah. And then my brain just like that all the time. My brain's just like a washing machine that never stops spinning. And you just have to put stuff in it. Otherwise, it's just not good for it.
Yeah.
It's just constantly spinning round and round and round. Unfortunately or fortunately, whichever it's a gift or a curse, I don't know. But I'm always thinking of something.
I just ended up reading the whole time I was away. I was just like rinsing through books. That's the only thing I can do that like keeps me, because I can't just lie there because I just get so bored.
Yeah.
So I just end up reading loads.
Yeah, that's exactly what I used to do every holiday. So I used to be able to read a few books while I was away, actually.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Well, I've got a 5-year-old now, or 4-year-old, whenever it was last away. You aren't reading no book. You aren't even sitting down for that long.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, there's no chill on that. There's no chill on that. Daddy this, daddy that, daddy that. Can we do this? Can we do that? Yeah. Can I have an ice cream? What about that? Oh, that little boy splashed water in my face. Tell him. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's not a really holiday. Yeah, there's no gift. I've had my good times. I've been in my 20s by myself. Well, not good times. These are good times. Sorry, Daphne. I don't mean that we're not having good times when we're on holiday. What I mean is where I can just close my eyes for longer than 10 seconds. She'll understand when she's 20 herself. She'll get it.
What else has been going on then?
I had a birthday the other day.
Yep.
I am now 38. We don't like to talk about it. 38 years old. that 40 thing's looming a bit too close for me. I've decided I'm just going to go backwards again after this now. So idea. Fuck that. So 38, next year I'll be 37. The year after I'm going to be 36. And I'm just going to, so I'm going to start with Botox, obviously, because that'll take a bit off. Then hopefully, I'm hoping by the time, in 8 years' time, when I'm 30 again, they've just got some really good technology that can really like zap some shit out of me.
Probably will at some point.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm thinking, yeah. I think that when I see like, they're going to, do you ever think about the people in like 100 years from now and the things that they'll think about, the things that we do? So, like, I think about, like now, like, before insulin was invented, is a random example. Yeah. People just used to die because they had no insulin.
What, you mean because of, like...
diabetics and
right,
stuff.
Okay, yeah.
They would just leave people to die in a hospital because they couldn't do nothing about it.
Right.
You ever read that story, about the guy that invented insulin? And when he first got it, he went to a hospital where all these people was and just...
I've never even really thought about this, to be honest, but now you think about it,
He went round, like, jabbing them all with insulin, and they was all just waking up and, like, standing up and starting moving about and all this. You never read that story, no. I'm assuming it was true. It was something that I'd read before. But I always think that about, like, 100 years from now, like, they'll be like, the teeth used to fall out. They used to lose the teeth. The men used to lose the hair. The hair just fell out. Like,
oh, you mean like
they'd start getting a little bald patch, and then it'd work the way to the front, and then they were just bald forever. How mad's that? We've just got a tablet that we take from when we're born, or it's an injection.
Right.
We have. When we get to 16, we have an injection. We decide whether we'd want to choose to go bald or not, and we all just keep our hair. That's what it's going to be like.
All the
stuff like that, or they'll be like, what else could there be? I suppose, like...
anti-wrinkle tablet.
Yeah, there'll be loads of mad stuff where everyone just lives for ages, and they'll be like, they used to eat animals. It'll probably change in the future. Like, they used to eat animals. Why would they do that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it'll be like in 100 years
mean,
from now. I had a conversation, actually, a very random conversation the other day when I was on a consult, of all places. And this woman was like, she was like, had been a vegetarian and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, do you never think of it like, and I've always said this as well, so I was blown away when she said it, but I said it about different things. She was like, you never think about it like as an alien and look down and be like, why are they killing all them animals and like packaging them all up and then sending them out and they're all eating the animals? Don't you think that's a bit fucked up? And I was like, no, actually, I think that's quite efficient because they're using what's on the earth to like, and then they're growing them and like killing them and eating them. Fair enough. Sorry, vegans. I always thought about it about nightclubs with aliens, and I'd think if aliens were just watching down on us now and saying, what's all these fuckers doing down here? And everyone gets dressed up in some different clothes on like a Friday night, sprays stuff on them so they smell. They can't drive to the club because they're going to poison themselves when they get there. So they need to pay people this money that they earn from doing some other tasks during the week to drive them there. All these people go and stand in a big room where there's some noise in it. They poison themselves for a bit. Like, don't talk to a lot of people that are in there. They just talk to the people that they went with. And then they all fuck off home and feel shit for 2 days. Like, what's that? Imagine coming down as an alien and seeing that. Imagine if we went to an alien planet and they were just doing something real weird. That's how I sometimes think about it as well. She blew me away. I was like, I've always said this, but about nightclubs.
As if that just happened on a
consult. Yeah. Welcome to one of my consults with clients. You're not going to get no normal conversation out of me.
If you want an interesting conversation, go and get on a consult.
Yeah, everyone will be booking consults now. They don't want
like,
coaching.
I'm so busy.
I just want to see what I can talk. Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, we've got a lot of fucking inquiries through this week, Shan. What's going on?
Everyone just wants to have a laugh with you.
Yeah. What the hell was we talking about then?
Birthday.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how we got there, yeah. Yeah, so it's my birthday the other day, yeah. So I'm 38 now, much to my dismissing upsetness. But I was thinking about this. So I am now the young man amongst the codgers.
Positivity, I like it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I was thinking the other day, to all the people like in their early 20s and that, you look at people who are getting towards 40 and you're thinking like they're old until you get into your 30s and you realise that's not old at all. Yeah. But now I'm thinking, but amongst all the people in like the 50s and 60s, I'm the young man.
Yeah.
So I just need to surround myself with 50 and 60-year-olds and I feel good. Really young. So yeah, I'm in my prime really, but yeah, I didn't really want to have my 38th birthday, but I did.
That happened.
Daphne threw me a little party. She got me a cake. She got me a Bluey cake, but I wasn't allowed to eat the actual Bluey's a little dog character, like a cartoon character. I don't know if you've seen it or not.
Yeah,
it's actually really good program. Some of the programs that they have for kids are class, you know. What was the other one that really makes me piss? Peppa Pig.
Oh, yeah.
They put stuff in for adults, I swear to God, unless I'm just not right in the head. I was going to use a different word there. Because I piss at all these programmes. So she'd been a little party. She had some banners up and
cute.
that. She's 5, like, so she's like, she gets it now. She's got me some strawberries out and that, so I got to eat some.
You had a little teapot.
I got to eat some strawberries, and then I had some cake, and then it was brilliant, to be fair. That was probably one of the best birthdays I'd had in a long time, because she gets it, you know what I mean? And she was absolutely buzzing.
Yeah.
And she was planning it all week and made sure that I had a couple of hours spare on that afternoon, because I was working that day, obviously. Excuse me. And she was absolutely buzzing off it, which was just nice.
Yeah,
it's nice. A nice experience. And to know that she's a nice person as well. She wants to do
always good.
It's always a bonus. Always a bonus. Yeah, so I've had that going on. Exciting new strides in the world of property.
Yes, the new business venture.
Yeah. So same business venture, but excelled now. So I've taken on a project manager.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, for anyone who doesn't know, what I do as well as coaching is I've got a property company, and we buy basically houses that not everybody wants because they ran into the ground, fucked, or if someone needs a quick sale, or basically things that need complete refurbs, basically things that are
like ripping out and
fully ripped out and putting back to brick because they've been left like they are for 20 years, or they've got damp and they've got problems, like whatever it may be. I buy them houses, and what I had been doing is I was doing it myself, running it myself, trying to get the tradesmen in, taking advice from somebody, blah, 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 and this and that. Obviously, I was in the building trade when I was young. That's what I did. I was a builder until I was in my early mid-20s. So I had some experience, but trying to run that alongside doing the coaching.
Yeah, that is intense. I don't know how you did that.
Oh, well, I mean, it's all right, but what basically happened was I had an house complete, and legally complete means, so when it completes, it means the legals are finished. So when you bought it and you get the keys, basically.
Right.
That's what I mean by complete. When it completed was just as the season was starting last year. This job should have took 8 weeks maximum. It's just finishing now, right? And that's because of me.
Yeah.
Because I want present. It was September, October, November.
When all the busy shows are.
I didn't have time to blink half the time, never mind be down at site, which was half an hour away from my house, calling builders, arranging things, all the things that you need to do when you're running a job. And it's not my main job either, organising materials, like flying around picking stuff up in my van, like all the shit that needs doing. Like they want the hour, do you know what I mean? That's difficult all year, never mind when the peak season's on. So the way I seen that was like I'm down probably 3 or 4 months rent. I'm down 3 or 4 months council tax. I'm down all this stuff. I might as well just pay somebody to actually do that job.
Yeah.
So I've taken on a project manager now to work with me on the jobs. So he basically runs it. So the guy who I've took on is brilliant so far. He's got his own building firm, and they've got everything encompassed within the building firm. So I don't have to arrange nothing.
So you're just like the overseer, and then
I don't even oversee anything. He just rings me and tells me what's going on. It's the best thing ever. So he's got a plumbing firm. It's a plumbing firm, but they've got electricians, they've got joiners, they've got literally every trade that work with them, and they go around doing bits and pieces. And I had an house complete last week. What week is it now? So this was like last Wednesday or something when the house completed and got the keys. Got the call for him to start. I went in on Tuesday. I was just like, what the fuck? There was just, everything was ripped out. Because they've got to rewire all the house and everything like that. That was half done. All the first fixings, the plumbing was in. There was walls being put up. Like literally everything. Something that would have took me about 4 or 5 weeks to get to grips with, organise, get the people in, get the materials sorted, blah, blah, blah. They've honestly gone through it. And like he says, we'll be done by the end of next week with all that before the plasterers need to come in and start moving into the second stage of the job, which is obviously then starting to make it look like it's presentable once everything's in. Do you know what I mean? All the electrics and plumbing and all things like that are important. He's met the kitchen company down there. The kitchen's ordered. That I just get a phone call like,
this is done,
this has been put on your account, is that right? And I'm like, yeah, boom. And that's it, from like the kitchen place and whatnot. So I don't have to do now.
Yeah.
So it's literally the best thing I've ever done. I'd say I don't know why I didn't do it at first, but
good to get an understanding and get to grips with everything.
Yeah, I feel like I needed to go through that process in hindsight. I'm glad I did it, to understand the amount of work that actually goes into doing that, to then make it, to validate paying somebody to do it, because it's worth every penny. Do you know what I mean? to have somebody to do that, to then just get a phone call a couple of times a week telling me what's going on. They'd put like total, there'd been something like with the amount of blokes they had. There was people everywhere. I went there and there was just people everywhere doing stuff. And I was like, this is class. I didn't even know any of it was going on. He rang me like on Thursday. So they'd been in there like 4 days. He's like, yeah, we'll put 64 hours in, which means like the amount of different trades that have been there. There's 64 hours worth of work being done. Obviously all the materials was on site. Everything was planned, which is the main thing. They'd done
less stress for you.
Yeah, they'd done this. It was no stress for me whatsoever. It's absolutely brilliant.
Is that guy going to do, or company doing everything now?
I think so, yeah. So as long as this one goes well, I've already got another little job that I'm thinking of, because I own another. I basically bought 2 apartments. So I bought 2 apartments in the same house. So basically, there was this street, which is quite an affluent street actually in Hull. It's a big old-fashioned house, the massive houses. And there was, is it the top one? The bottom floor was a 1-bedroom apartment, and the top floor was a 2-bedroom apartment. I bought the bottom floor, and then whilst that was going on, the estate agent rang me and said, because these are owned by different people.
Right.
She said, oh, the bloke upstairs is selling his apartment if you want that one, and then you'll own the full freehold, which means the whole house. Because otherwise it'd have actually been quite a complicated buy.
Okay.
And so I own that actual full freehold. So now I'm looking at that thinking, it's doing all right for rent, but I could literally transform that into a 7-bed HMO.
Into a mansion.
Yeah, well, 7 different rooms with 7 different showers and little bits and pieces, because it's that big.
Oh.
And then you've got 7 different tenants living there paying.
Oh, right, 7 people live in there as like a room.
It's
room
HMO,
thing.
so house of multiple occupancy.
I'm not down with the lingo.
Yeah, the lingo.
You need to explain all these things to me.
HMO is a house of multiple occupancy. So what you can do is you can take a big size room. So you could probably use something like the size of this room here. And then you'd have a little shower pod in the corner, a little area which is like a worktop or something. Then you'd have your bed.
Right.
And then this and that. So you could make it into like a 1-room living space. And then there'd be a common place downstairs, which is like the kitchen. I could take them apartments, put 2 rooms up in the loft, because it's obviously a massive loft and nothing up there. And then all the other rooms turn them into like thingies. So I think that's the next project I'm going to put him on. I'm going to go down and see that with him next week.
Yeah.
And then as always, we're on the lookout for properties that come up to redo.
So do you redo them and then sell them, or do you still own them and then rent them out?
So own them. So what I'll do is I'll buy them wrecked,
do them up,
and then put them in my portfolio.
Right. So you're building up like a big thing of properties that you basically own and then rent out.
Because like coaching is like, it's got a lifespan on it. Do you know what I mean? I can't do this probably into my 60s and things like that. So I need something that I've built as a company from what I'm doing within coaching. So that's my plan with that. So what I'm doing is buying them wrecked houses, doing them up, giving them to a property company, which is the property company in Hull, which just looks after them all. They tenant them. They just pay me every month.
You don't have to find people to put in them.
I don't have to do anything. They just put the money in my account it's guaranteed rent every month. Not like, because normal landlords, people that get looked after by like estate agents, they just charge a fee. But it's a rip off, man. They charge you a fee. You pay for all the nose for it. It comes off your rent. They don't fill any voids, blah, blah, blah. You still have to do everything. Whereas this company just give you guaranteed rent. So he'll say, we'll agree on a rent, and they'll just put that in my account every month. If any of their tenants smash stuff up, they fix it.
Yeah.
If it's a problem with what the property from my end, I have to fix it, obviously. So if the boiler blows up or something. So that's brilliant. So I don't have to think about that. And then what I'm looking at doing next is flipping houses at the same time. So I'm going to do what I'm already doing and putting them into the portfolio to increase, obviously, my passive income for a business for myself. And then I'm looking at buying other properties to then flip. So
explain that in simple terms.
So flip would be one that you buy that's wrecked, do it up, pump the value up on it, obviously, and then sell it,
right,
and then take your profit out. So I'm looking at doing that, possibly working with like some investors and doing some big builds, jobs. So it could be like, instead of working with these like rental type houses, it would be more like the middle class houses that middle class people would buy in affluent areas, nice big posh houses, but that run into the ground, do them up and flip them, sell them, and then just keep kind of.
And then you put the money into the.
Yeah, and then probably leave that building in a pot, so that then I don't need investors eventually for them bigger jobs as well. So I don't use any investment for the smaller jobs that I'm doing now. That's all funded by me when the coaching business and what have you. But the bigger pots, I'm going to bring investors in.
Yeah.
I could wait a long time and build up to that. And do you know what I mean? But I'd rather do it now, take the profits and pump it back in until I've got enough where I don't need investors anymore. And then as I transition out of coaching when I get older, I've got a fully functional business that I've got passive income coming from there. And then I'm doing flips and I can do them or not do them.
And you can stay in that as well as long as you want. There's no like time frame. Like you can pull out of it, you can have a break from it and then go back into it.
Yeah,
you're just like ticking over, aren't you?
Yeah, I can be like, I'm not going to do an out this year because obviously all the portfolio is paying for you anyways. I'm just going to go on a cruise this year for like 280-day cruise. Do you know what I mean? So just anything like that. But yeah, I mean, we're looking for I'm actively looking for the next job already for properties to come in because you get people messaging you with them and stuff like that, and because I buy pretty much everything off market because it saves. What people will do is they'll be looking for a way to sell their house quickly because they need rid of it for whatever, or they've left it in a will or something, and it's just not really that sellable. So to save all the messing about with going to estate agents and paying them loads of money and messing about, and then people getting mortgages on it, falling through, blah, 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 they'll just find somebody like me that'll just go, bosh, I'll get that through in 4 weeks and it'll be completed in 4 weeks and they don't have to worry about anything. They're paid straight away for it, blah, 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 and all the rest of it. Not having to wait for mortgage companies and messing about with solicitors. I've got all the team of solicitors and everything like that, solicitors that they work with on their side, and it just goes bang, bang, bang like that and it's through. And that's the convenience for people.
How do you, I don't know if you can ask this on the podcast, so blank it out if you can't. How do you get started like with it? How did you get your first one?
Got my first one. Just getting stuck in and just buying it really. I just had to make sure I had enough finance to do it. Finances, should I say, behind me to do it. And then cracked on. I think them apartments was the first ones that I actually bought. My original house that I lived in, that was probably, that's rented now, so we kept that when we moved, and then so I suppose that was the first one. I think them apartments was it, but yeah, just allowing. I'm a bit like, I don't spend a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? You've seen the way I dress. You never see me wearing no fancy clothes on now or anything like that. I like to have a nice car and I like to have like a nice house where I live in that. But apart from that, I don't have Rolex watches.
Yeah, you're not spending like tens of thousands of pounds on like designer stuff.
I don't wear designer clothes. I don't have Rolex watches. I don't have like all these things that a lot of people have.
It's good though because that's like set you up. Like rather than putting that money into objects, you put it into like building a really cool business. Yeah,
the way I see things like that is, like, if you can do it and you're trying to build up some passive, as a self-employed person, I think you should be trying to build some passive. Like, that's, and whether you start that when you're young or when you get into your 30s or whatever. Obviously, personally, I didn't start that until I got into my 30s. But eventually, and anything I buy now, here we go, we're going into financial advising territory. Anything I buy now is funded by passive. So I build my portfolio to pay me a certain amount every month, and I'm always trying to build on that. So when I bought that new car that I bought, I'm not paying for that. Property's paying for that.
Right, yeah.
So if I lose all my clients tomorrow and don't have a job...
Okay, so you got like a good security in place to do that.
First thing I wanted to cover passively was my mortgage on my house, on my own personal house. Done it. Second thing I wanted to cover was daughter's private schooling, because I didn't want that hanging over my head that I needed to pay that for the next 16 years. Yeah. And I wanted to send her private. So that's funded by passive, so that'll never be lost. The next thing to be funded was I wanted a fancy car. So I got a fancy car. That's funded by passive. And then anything that you're trying to build in your lifestyle, for me, should be funded passively. Or the goal is to fund all your basics passive. So your bills, your mortgages, if you've got a nice car, if you've got this, if you've got that, whatever you want, whatever your choice of things are, your holidays or whatever it might be for you or whatever, should be done passively. And then just keep working at that until your lifestyle gets better and better.
It's so cool when you think about it, because obviously, like, most people, they never see stuff like this, right? Like, most people don't know about stuff like this.
They want to spend it now, won't they?
Yeah, because most people, right, I think that's what people know, isn't it? Like you bring in your money and then you just
pay your bills.
Yeah, you pay your bills and then you buy a bit of what you want, right?
Yeah,
That's how most people live. So it's really cool because not many people will have heard like a conversation like that and actually what you can do and what's possible.
It's fast pound, slow pound. So your business makes you fast pounds. You put your fast pound into your slow pounds, which is investments, then and build that until your slow pounds pays your fast pounds.
Yeah.
So eventually I will never need to coach again because I'll have put everything that I've earned through coaching whatever else I'm up to, whatever other business you might be up to, into your investments so that your investments pay for your life. And then if you can build it to a point where you've built quite a fancy life, then you're paying for your time.
Yeah, you're not like living up to your
That's the way
means,
I see
for
it.
example.
People say, oh, you work hard, you do all this, you spend, because like what I had was intense, what you do can be intense. Like, and it's a pressure cooker and you're working a lot of the time and this and that, but I think I'm buying my time. That's the way I see it. Because in 5 years, 10 years, whatever the time frame for the person might be, I'll never have to work again if I don't want to. So you might be working hard now, but you're buying your time back later.
Yeah. So, and it's not like you're going to be 65 by the time you think, I've worked and now I can chill. It's like you're still going to probably be early 40s. Yeah. And you know, so you can still do stuff. You're still going to be capable of like doing all the things you want to do. And
and you're only on the earth for like not that long. 70, 75, 80 years, and your good years are what? Let's not go into the number of what that actually is, but
I know what you mean.
You only get a certain amount of good years, so I want to be able to use all them however I want. So that's why I'm going quite hard now in my 30s. So that 40s, 50s, and 60s will be pretty
chilled,
pretty sick. Yeah, I'm buying my time back.
No, it's cool.
But yeah, that's the overall. I didn't know I was going to get into that much depth of why actually, but yeah,
I'm sure people will find it interesting though because obviously you don't really talk about that sort of stuff.
No, like people don't like talking about it either because it's a bit like...
Yeah, because of the money side of things.
People don't like talking about money side of things.
I think it's really interesting. I think it's cool to
talk about if there's people watching it that are young coaches and whatnot, because if I could go back, I'd probably have started a little bit younger with everything what I was doing, but my head want that. Like we said before, I didn't care that much. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think most people in the 20s, like you start earning a bit of money, and first thing you think, oh my God, I can afford that car I've always wanted, or I can buy a really nice house, or I can get like that expensive bit of clothing or whatever. Like that's immediately where most people's mind goes, isn't it?
Yeah. Whereas I held off until my passive could pay for them things. Because then I never asked. Because the last thing I want is you want a big mortgage hanging around your neck, a big car payment hanging around your neck, a kid's like it's hanging around your neck, so it's a lot of pressure. Whereas even if I got everything taken away from me right now, it's all paid. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I could get a job for a couple of £1,000 a month as a normal wage and I'd be all right. Do you know what I mean? I'd be totally fine. Yeah. And like I say, that's the game. Fast pound pays slow pound pays you.
So tips for any
younger ones that are earning some dough now, some young coaches and whatnot that might be watching this, get it stuck somewhere. Yeah. Silly bastards, stop spending it on all loads of shit. Because that can just be taken away from you. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's interesting.
You could lose your thumbs. What if you lose the thumbs in an accident? You can never text anyone again.
That's your
coaching business over. You've got no thumbs. What are you going to do?
You'll have to convert onto Loom videos.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that's what you've been getting up to in your spare time.
That was how we started on it. That project manager, but it's up. I walked in that job the other day, a few days ago, and I walked in and my brain just went because I thought this is like limitless possibility now.
Yeah,
I can do a lot.
It's exciting. I find it really like interesting
because that was what I was planning on doing after I finished coaching. Yeah. Once I thingied, but now I'm like,
I can do this now.
I can do it because it's not costing me any time whatsoever. A phone call once a week. We've done this, this, and this. Is this all right to do this and this? Yeah. Sound. Buzzing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's doing a good job, is the lad.
Yeah, exciting. You've been building a nice business and getting those houses.
Yeah, just trying to do that really.
I've been on holiday.
You've been on holiday.
I've been spending all my money on holiday.
Yeah, but in Thailand, so it was cheap. Expensive to get there, cheap while you're there.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, like some of it, we all went for this meal and it was, I think, £1.50 for 2 meals and a cake. But then we're staying in some decent hotels and you're looking pretty similar to like Western prices there. 20 quid, a bit cheaper than than here. Like you're not looking 50 quid a meal or anything, but you know, you're still 20 quid. If you're eating out 3 times a day, it still,
they know they
still
can,
racks up a bit.
They know they can. Well, yeah, so that's that caught up on. So basically, I got older.
You got older and did some cool business moves.
And tried to make some more moves. And that's pretty much all. And I had a birthday party with bluey cake.
Yeah.
That's about all that I've been up to. The season is upon us soon.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to going to some shows again, actually. I'm going to bring some of my newbie clients with me, so I can get them watching some shows.
Let's get a big foam finger with Undivided on it.
I might. I'm getting them all to wear their Undivided
yeah, of course you are. Yeah.
Might bring my band and
handing them out on the door.
Yeah, but I think it'll be, for like girls that haven't seen shows before, I think it's quite useful having someone next to you being, this is why this is happening, just like explaining it a bit.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah,
So
get a run through
I'm
from the
looking
pro,
forward to that.
can't they?
Yeah, I can put a little microphone.
yeah. Have them all on like an intercom, like an earpiece. Well, what's happening now is, girls? And they're like,
All the girls are stood at the back nodding their heads.
All the people at the show be like, see, no, them crazy women at the back just like nodding, and one of them's talking.
That's going to be me.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Undivided mic check. 1 2 1 2.
So yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Got some girls competing this year, a few more next year.
What month's yours going in?
I've not got many this year. I've got one competing May, June. And then I've got a couple back end of the year. One of them was meant to be earlier, but we've decided to
push it back.
She's not been very well, and it's took a good 4 weeks out. So
so many people have been ill.
Yeah, she just couldn't get over it, and then you're trying to hand a bit of time off, and then you think, right, we'll get stuck back in again. Then it comes back, and we just thought we've lost
I've had loads of clients like that, that have just they've been ill and then it's gone and then it's come back and it's it's whatever's been going about. I don't know, but there's been some rough illnesses this winter.
Yeah,
I can't remember what month it was. I don't know if it was November, December.
After everyone's super run down from all the shows.
Well, it wasn't even the competitors; it was everybody else.
Oh, really?
You don't really get ill when you're competing. It's afterwards, isn't it?
Yeah.
When the when the adrenaline wears off, the cortisol starts to leave a little bit, and then it lets all the immune system do its thing. But I'd never had so many ill clients in my life. I don't know what the hell was going on. But nobody's got any immune system still from COVID.
Probably,
everyone was locked away.
Yeah.
I think everyone's just building their immune system back up, because I'm sure it wasn't like this before that, unless it was COVID, and that's what. Nobody gets tested anymore, do they?
No. So
Well, I don't. I don't. Anyway, I would never get ill and think, I wonder if it's COVID.
Don't want to know. I'll just crack on.
What difference does it make?
Yeah, so I had to push her prep back a bit. So I've got 2 at the back end of the year, and then most of them are next year. Most of them, because when you get a new client in, they need a couple of years, don't they? Like,
of course.
Getting a good base, getting a good routine. So I've got most of them have been building up sort of through last year, through this year, and then get on stage for the first time next year.
Yeah.
Quite nice, because I've had a few girls that I took out on initially that I thought, not really working towards a show, just kind of, into training, and then they've done a shoot and kind of been around some of the other girls, and then thought, actually, I want to maybe try that out. So it's been quite nice, because I've taken them from not really having that much interest in it to now being into the first prep. So I'm quite excited for that.
Yeah, really cool. Because they're going through it, and you're going through it as a coach, I suppose, as well.
Yeah, and then they might do it and think, I don't want to do that again. I enjoyed it. Well, hopefully they enjoy it, but they might think, I just want to do it as a one-off, prove to myself I can do it, and then great, at least they've had a go, and if they can carry on if they want to. But so I'm quite excited for that. Got a shoot coming up, a couple of shoots coming up, so that'll be fun. Taking some girls away, a little weekend trip. Little girls' weekend.
Yeah, class. In a big house.
Yeah, a big house, big staircase, fancy house.
With the old big window picture with the bum sticking out in black and white.
Yeah, that's going to be the one. That's the shot we're going for.
That's the classics.
Yeah, so got that in summer, a couple of shoots. Yeah, got my seminar day coming up in April. Buy a ticket.
Date. Give us the details.
6th of April. Got some posing.
Let's drop some information now. What is it? A plug? Let's give it a
little plug. We've got a posing. We've got some. We've got a talk on post show, getting into competing. Got Kelsey doing one on female hormone health. We've got a bikini stand. So yeah, basically aimed at girls that are getting into bodybuilding really, or competing, want to find out a bit more about it, and had a few messages from girls being it doesn't matter if I don't know if I want to compete, and that's literally who it's aimed at, because a lot of girls don't really know the full extent of what it's about or how it works, so just aiming to educate people a bit better and give people a bit more
class,
info on it.
That they've got that.
I'm quite excited. I think it'll be really nice.
You people of 2024 do not know how lucky you really are. It's just all there at your fingertips and at your disposal to just do whatever you want with. And it just gets more and more every year as more people level up with the services that they provide.
There's so much out there now.
Yeah, literally there's something for everything now.
Yeah, so I'm going to make that into a little side event business type thing.
Yeah.
Going to do another one, I think, that's not competing related, that's just like training, nutrition, mindset, make it a bit more so there's people that are like into the training but don't want to compete. Yeah. I got loads of ideas what I can do that. Found a really nice like yoga studio in Derby that's like, because I wanted somewhere that was like aesthetic.
Yeah.
You know, big windows, nice high ceilings, like got some plants in it or whatever. You know, so
plants. Bring your own plants. There's no plants. Bring your plants.
So yeah, I found that. So yeah, I think it'll be quite good.
Yeah, class.
Looking
Things are moving.
Yeah.
You're feeling fresh after your holiday, ready
I'm refreshed.
To go again.
I'm back into it, back into a good swing now. Took me a bit of time actually. When I got back, I was like, you know, when you're trying to, like you said after Christmas, trying to get your head back in it.
Yeah, check-in fitness is down. Why is it taking me all this time to do all these check-ins?
Yeah.
Why am I having to read it 8 times?
Why am I not taking in what they're saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like I'm back in a good swing now, like caught up with my clients a bit. Yeah. I'm excited for this year. Going to Iceland next weekend for Will's birthday. Just for 2 days.
And he's what, 30?
30 now.
30th birthday. Yeah. Young man Will.
I know. Mad.
You're going to jump in some of the cold swim things that they do
the hot
over
ones.
There. You are?
I'm not going anywhere cold. No, Iceland is cold, isn't it?
They do some of them cold dip things, don't they?
I think they've got the like plunge pool or something.
Yeah. It's probably where it's invented. Everyone's got them in the gardens now.
Yeah. Oh God, I don't fancy that. I'll go in the hot one.
Yeah.
We're going to a Northern Light tour.
That'd be sick.
Well, if you see them, we'll see. But we're booked on one, so we'll see how that goes.
I spent my full life up until about 5 years ago thinking that was actually like lights.
The what?
I thought it was actually like lights. They're like stars in that, whatever they are, or gas in the sky. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was like lights.
Oh, okay.
Like a light display.
Oh, you mean like a fake one?
Yeah. Like lights. Like.
Oh. It looks cool though. I really hope we get to see some.
I know, yeah.
So that'll be good.
It looks cool. I think I've been in a country where they've got something similar to that. I can't remember where it was. There's one country that I went to.
I think you can see them a bit from other places.
Yeah,
I'm not sure where.
There's somewhere where I've been where they had something that was a bit like that in the sky on a night.
Yeah, so that's a little fleeting trip away.
Just how much is it? Just a few days?
Literally 2 days, therefore. Just a weekend. Because then it doesn't affect like the working week either. So it's what, 2 hours, 2.5 hours? I don't even know how long it is to fly, but it's not far. And I think you'd go to people drive to London for a weekend, and it's actually probably similar time to get to London than it is to get somewhere like that. Yeah. Probably spend the same by the time you've been to London.
Yeah, that'll be class.
Yeah, and then off season. That's
okay,
isn't it?
Get big.
Hopefully not too big.
Slowly.
Get big but slowly.
Road to 200 pounds.
Oh no, not that again.
Not that again. Just convince Will that we're going for 200 pounds. Are you really going for 200 pounds? 190.
Hopefully you tell me if I ever get that big.
What is that in kilos? 190. It's like
190 kilos.
90 or 100 kilos, something like that, isn't it? Yeah.
Hefty.
At your height.
For someone my height, yeah.
At your height, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's about it. That's about the catch up.
You're on your health kick.
Oh yeah, the health kick, yeah.
The organic health kick.
Yes, the DW organic health kick. Yeah, I've switched over to all that now. I am working with that rehab guy, which I think I mentioned before on the last guys, which was going to do some functional stuff and that, but I started doing a little bit of bodybuilding training again and realised that I like the pump too much, so I don't really need to jump over any fences just yet, hopefully. He's got me going quite well, and I've changed everything to all. I'm basically eating like a small bodybuilder. That's what I am, but I just eat 3 meals a day, all organic food now, because that just makes me feel so much better. And do you know what? I feel absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Probably the best I've ever felt.
That's good.
In my life.
Yeah. Because you're not shoveling food in either, like you used to have to when you were like trying to build muscle. And
I think it's probably, I'd have to work it out to be fair, but it's probably about 120 grams of carbs or something like that I eat a day.
Yeah. I mean, you can't be eating loads, can you? If you're only having 3 meals a day, you can't be like having many.
I eat quite a lot of protein in them meals. They're quite heavily proteined. But it's just like, meat, fish, eggs, things that you eat as a bodybuilder. But I'm actually eating it through choice. Sit there and I eat salmon and vegetables by choice.
Yeah.
Not because I'm on a diet. I feel better like that, and then I just have one night on a weekend off, which is usually Sunday night for me, because that's my Saturday night, because I work hairdressers week, because I have Sundays and Mondays off. So Sunday night I'll have cheat meal and that, whatever that might look like, burgers or dominoes or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Something that I enjoy and watch a movie and that. And then I just live like that the rest of the time now, which I never thought I'd turn into this guy, but turns out I am this guy. Yeah, I feel miles better. I started all this just because I wanted my brain to work better. Because at the back end of last season, as I spoke to you about, nearly killed me.
Yeah.
Because it was a rough one, yeah? It was a heavy one. And I took the approach to it of I can either try and reduce all the stress by reducing things right down, but my business is not built to do that.
Yeah.
Or I can just try and make myself more equipped.
Yeah.
And I need to be more mentally equipped. So at that time I was not training. I just fell down the path of like what you hear all this shit from your clients, but because I want bodybuilding, it doesn't matter. So if I was doing a 15-hour day working, which was quite common across the back end of the season, first thing to go in the bin is the gym.
Yeah.
All right, well, I just go to the gym. I don't need to fucking train, so it doesn't matter, does it?
Because you like focus on your clients.
Yeah, just focus on what I'm doing. I
Yeah.
can't afford to take 2 hours out in the middle of the day to go to the gym. I've got all these lots to sort out. They're on prep. They're weeks out from the British, blah, 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 blah. That was the first thing to go in the bin. When that goes in the bin, the food goes in the bin.
Yeah.
And then you just eat whatever,
Just spirals
whenever.
from there.
Yeah, and it just spirals from there. And I ended up, every person that I've ever told was an idiot, I ended up that person without even realising, because I didn't think it mattered. So I just took the approach from, and this is so obvious now I'm saying it, but when you're in the middle of it, it's not like that. And then I got to the gym and I thought, right, I need to sort my shit out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you end up like, fucking hell. You end up like all these fuckers on Instagram that are talking about mindfulness and all this and that. But you set certain things into my life on purpose that I do every single day without negotiation that I need to do. I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning or 5:30 and I go for a walk.
Yeah.
Cold, rain, snow, whatever, don't care. I'm going for a walk because that's good for you, right?
Yeah.
So I do that as soon as I get out of bed in the morning. I make sure I'm training 4 to 5 times a week. I'm seeing this rehab guy, doing bits of training with him as well. I'm eating all organic food now. I don't eat that much calories. I'm eating a lot higher fat, lower carb, less foggy brain from that. I only come off plan once a week because it's bad for your mental and physical being to be eating junk food all the time. I don't do any of that. Make sure I'm doing a little bit of cardio. Just all the things. I even started doing a little bit of meditation.
Yeah. Like just looking after yourself a bit better.
Just actually looking after myself, yeah. Before you know it, and I used to just laugh at people like that, I'll be honest, because I used to think like, why are you bother doing it if you like that's what you need to do to feel normal? But your business ends up that evolved that you don't want to turn back. So you just need to look after yourself better. It seems like something that all these like business owners do and stuff like that. You know, like you think they've got so much time on their hands to be doing all that. And then you get inside it and you're actually they're doing that so they don't go insane.
Yeah, and I guess so if it makes you like more efficient and like better at what you do, then it's worth it, isn't it?
That's the only reason I started it. I just wanted to make sure my brain was as good as possible, so I could be as good a coach as possible, so I could get the best results possible.
Well, it's like looking after you. It's like what people say, like, look after yourself so you can be the best.
Yeah. And it's just all cliches, fucking, like you laugh at it on Instagram and that. Well,
it's actually true.
And I thought, oh shit, actually I need to do this,
Yeah.
But you find out the hard way. But yeah, I feel 1,000 times better already. My thinking's a lot clearer already. And I was already good at my job anyway, Leah, so I'm only going to be even better at it now, aren't I?
Yeah.
I'm only joking. I'm not really joking. No, it's true. So if I can be better, then I can be better, can't I? And then everyone's winning.
Yeah, we're all good.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah, organic. 38-year-old Dan.
You're on the health kick and I'm on the off season.
Get massive and then relax. Thailand, Leah. End of episode 9.
Yeah.
And we're off
into double digits. God, I couldn't say that last time and I still couldn't say it.
For anyone watching this, we've recorded this episode twice, actually.
Yeah, and now it confused me. So.
And now she can't say double digits. She had to say double figures last time. Now she's saying double digits because she can't talk properly because her coffee's ran out of steam and she just wants to go to bed. Look at her. She's knackered, look. All the travelling I've made her do. All this talking I've made her do. All the coaching that she does. She trains hard. She's had enough, look. Just go sleep. I'll say bye on this one.
Thanks.
We're going to wave, aren't we?
Bye. Thanks for listening.